Accidentally took Kev out. Hey, Kev.
Hey.
Oh, are you putting your glasses on too? Let me put mine on. Happy Wednesday. How you doing?
Hi, Kev. Oh my God. Hi, Kev.
Hey, how you doing?
So we have Tiffany on as our guest because you know she was giving it to us in the comments yesterday. I was like, listen, you got to come on here. You have got to join us because she was giving us life in the comments. Hold on, I'm gonna take these off for 1 second. Brandon, you talking, but we can't hear you. Are you talking to us? No, you're not talking to us.
Yes, I am talking to you. I said everything that Tiffany said was on point. She was giving us little pointers and things to talk about and consider, and I was like, she's on it. She needs to be on it.
Oh my God. I appreciate it. I love you guys. I love listening to you. When
We love you too.
We love you. Welcome.
And Tiffany is an Aggie, so that just makes it even.
Aggie pride.
Aggie pride makes it even better. That she's one of ours.
Honorary.
Yeah, of course. Listen, it's a lot of honorary Aggies out here. Okay,
that's right.
And it's okay. I got a whole lot of them in my family. So listen, this past episode, I want so bad for Johnny's to show up for this. Kev, what did you think about this episode?
I was entertained. You know, I say that every week though. I was entertained. It kept my interest. You know, I watched it. I was glued to the television.
So how did you? Okay, so we picked up from the lettuce throwing conundrum. Again, I have to ask. I'll ask everybody. Do you feel like it was worth all that energy? Like the crying, your husband got to pull you out the kitchen, and I mean, I just have to ask.
I don't think so. I feel like it was blown out of proportion for real. And then she gonna throw a rock and then act real innocent. Oh, she threw a whole bunch of lettuce at me. Like, come on now.
I heard her say, I just threw 2 lettuce at her, and
I'm not with it. Right? Yeah, I'm not with it. And then she brought G into it, and that's why everybody was like, nah, chill. Like, you doing too much.
Hold on. We got to walk through this because I was watching it. I always watch it before we come on here because I want my. Hold on. Hi, Sharita. Sharita said I got something for you. Sharita, honey. I mean, I just really need Johnny's to show up because everything we said last week, Kev, everything me and Brandon and Tiffany was saying in the comments, they said it themselves on this episode. That's
the whole show was like, nah, they starting to see a different side of Candice that they're not rocking with it.
Right.
Yep.
So I'm trying to walk through this. But go ahead, Tiffany. I'm sorry.
The fact that even Giselle, of all people, okay, other than the bathroom incident, we'll get to that later, I'm sure. But the fact that even Giselle told her, no, that's not right. I was like, whoa, where'd that come from?
Exactly.
And you're right. So, because go ahead, Kev. I'm sorry.
So what the question you were asking me before, like what did I think? What are you really asking? Are you asking about Candice? Is that what you're saying?
I'm asking
you asked about the episode.
Because the whole episode was everything we said last week. Like when I say it was everything we said last week, shocked and appalled. I was like, oh my God. So hopefully when Kevin and Johnny see this, they know that we're not coming from a place where we're trying to tear Candice down. And, I was like, oh my God. Like Mia said what she said with Candice's mother. Now, let's get to it because I know you touched on it, Tiffany. When Candice thought she was going to have this super high-level kiki with the green-eyed monsters, they were like, what?
Yeah.
And I said, even them, they were like, what?
And they made the comment that, oh, she didn't learn her lesson from last year.
Exactly.
And we're not promoting and we're not saying that physical violence is the way, but if your mouth is like that, you guaranteed to get popped.
And I'm sorry, Tiffany, go ahead.
First of all, I mean, I want to know if it was Mia in our heads because she called her Chihuahua. But
yes,
but she called that last week though.
But we were calling her a Chihuahua before it really got going. We were like a little Chihuahua.
I noticed that last week though. I'm surprised that you're just now picking up on it.
I didn't notice she said Chihuahua last week because me and Karen, we were talking last week before recording and called her a little Chihuahua.
Yeah, I didn't, but I heard, but she did this time. I heard it, Kev, this time. So I'm like, okay, but the
first of all,
I just she's just too much. And no, like you said, I don't condone the dragging. But I'm gonna tell you, I said last week in the comments. I said this last week. Y'all know I teach high school, and I'm gonna tell you, I'll never forget this one day with the full first period. It was 7:30 in the morning. This little girl dropped and beat the bricks off this bully. I didn't know the girl had a lot of mouth going on. And when I found out who was fighting, I said, "Who was fighting?" They told me. I was like, "Oh my God!" She'd been talking a lot of smack to her for months and thought she could keep going. The girl picked the bricks off of her at 7:35 in the morning. And I'm just like.
That means it was on her heart. It was on her mind and her heart, and she couldn't take it no more. Because it's compounding. I feel like
it's a buildup.
And you know what? Because I'm trying to go in order. I'm trying not to go too fast because it was so many layers. So if you're just joining us, say hey, and if you can, share this live and tell your friends.
There were many layers. You are correct. They were.
I mean, because it started with the fight, and Candice's husband pulled her outside. I noticed that she had a little grin on her face when he pulled her outside, as though she thought this was cute.
Yeah, because she keeps saying, "Oh, I'm gonna get in trouble when he pulls her outside." I don't understand that.
Maybe you don't think. Maybe she does think it's
early too.
I think she think it's cute.
Maybe she does think it's cute.
Yeah,
it's
not. I think she does.
But then the way she pulls back at her husband is also very disrespectful. It makes me look like they're not gonna be together long. Hey, Auntie.
Hey, Auntie. Yeah, I don't see. Do y'all see? And last week I've been saying this, and I'll say it again. The high level of disrespect that I feel that she has towards her husband, and the Cass has against her husband. He pulling her outside, and I'm just like, maybe he's kind of getting off on this too. Maybe this is something he likes. I don't know. It's very strange.
I think he's just a good guy, in my opinion.
I think he's trying to save her from herself, Kev. I like Chris.
Me too.
But she's out of control. She started. Y'all, hold up. The tears started before me when they were first in the kitchen. The first few minutes, the tears had already started.
But wait a minute now.
The tears already started.
There was tears on both sides. So
but I'm talking about Candice the crying.
Candice ain't have a reason to have tears.
Exactly, because she's like, I don't.
You don't think so? You don't know people. I know people.
So wait a minute. If somebody call your video cheap or low budget, you crying?
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I know people who are angry, and their reaction to anger is to cry. I know that.
You're right with that. Yes. Yeah.
And you're right.
Okay.
But in that moment, like I know for me, I had to go back and watch it.
Mhm.
I feel like she may have had some things going on, and I don't agree with this, but there are people sometimes when they finally have a moment to just lash out, they give it to the person they decide and they want to lash out on. And that's the vibe that I got from Candice, was she decided to use that opportunity to use it on Mia, which in this case, I mean, there was the fact that Mia said, "Oh, you broke bitches," or something like that. It didn't warrant the energy. And she tried to lie when she spoke to Giselle and them. It was like she was talking about my mother.
Yeah.
No,
Like,
she did lie. She's a revisionist of history. That's what she is, and I do not like that at all. If you're gonna tell the story, don't have it so that it shows you in a better light. Tell the truth.
Listen, you know how I feel
Own
about
your
little people.
part.
That's what they do.
Yeah, but my thing is now I'm gonna jump on Wendy's case. If we saying we having a GVO week or a GOV or whatever, good vibes only, whatever, good only vibes, Candice should have been uninvited way earlier. She came in with the wrong energy.
Oh, okay. Let's let Kevin talk, because Kevin is having a lot of faces. He is giving us stank. He just went. He is getting.
Kevin is like, actually, that's not what that was. I was just, swallowing down my drink. That's what it was. It had nothing to do with what you were saying. I was just gulping down.
Because when you thinking, you go to the back of your head, and you was just. And I know that means
that's because the bun is doing whatever it wants to do. It has nothing to do with what
it looks.
saying.
It looks cute.
Thank you. I don't like it.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Sarita is absolutely correct. I said that episodes ago. Candice is a reincarnation of her mother, and her mother is a very difficult woman to deal with on a day-to-day basis.
Let me say this because I have love for Candice, but it's after watching this episode, it wasn't really good. It wasn't looking really good.
Oh, your love for Candice changed?
No, I mean listen. I still know a Candice or two in my life that still act like that. So that's why I still have love for Candice, but it did not look good to me. It was not good. It was her actions, not so much immediately after the altercation with the lettuce, but going through the rest of the episode, I was just like, when they were at the dinner and the conversation erupted between her and Ashley, I literally had to rewind back. I was just like, where the hell did this come from? Like,
well, now it's making me wonder, like Erica said earlier, is this whole thing something that she and her husband set up to get, more likes or more ratings on the show? Because honestly, right now, Real Housewives of Potomac is the top rated show.
It surely is.
Of the franchise. And it has to be because of her antics.
Well, I would say Ashley knew the assignment because Ashley brought up the conversation at the dinner table, so she was ready.
Right.
All she's doing right now.
I was irritated by Ashley when she did that because I was like, why we got to do this now?
Well, I don't understand. All Ashley has is expressing her milk. So she has to come to the table ready with an assignment. So she came with her assignment.
She could have at least waited until after that. Hey, I'm like, the people are here. The people that recognize you. Can you just wait until after everybody eat to bring this shit up? Like, why are we doing this now?
Didn't she do that with Wendy? So why are we making it different for her?
Hold on, I done stepped away mentally. What did I miss? I'm sorry, I was getting on YouTube here and straightening us up. Wait a minute.
We were talking about Ashley sitting at the table and how she just came armed and ready to attack Candice. And I said, well, everybody agreed that that's Ashley's MO.
I will agree with
she
Tiffany.
did it to Wendy.
I will agree with Tiffany, and I will add, what I usually say. Yes, she was doing her job. I just felt like, come on now. Can we do we have to do it right now? Like, can we
why is, and maybe this was asked already, I'm just trying to understand why we had an issue with Ashley jumping in on her, but we didn't have an issue last week with Candice being over the top, extra, and crazy. Like how
Who is we? Are you talking about me?
Yes, I really need Johnny. I don't need her to be like. I need her to come on because I'm telling you, it's too much. It was. I'm trying to walk. I'm trying to slow walk through it because I know when she come on, we're gonna have to go back because she's gonna want to talk about it. I'm gonna say this. I think Mia was weird crying when everybody came to her aid in the family room. Like I don't know if I've seen any tears. You know. Because it was, I don't know if she had on too much.
It was emotional.
Okay, because I didn't know. It was something weird with her makeup. Because, you know, I wear makeup. I am a makeup queen. Like, I get it. Hold on. Let me fix my little thing. Yes, I'm a makeup queen. However, if I bust down crying, let me tell you something. You're going to see these streams just start to clear. Okay? And her cry was like, I mean, it was real. It was real. And when you have high cheekbones, we start to look like little men's crying.
Listen, her cry is her cry. It is what it is.
She ain't gotta fold a napkin 11 times to get, to shed a tear.
Okay. Candice had a tissue. Her origami was going, y'all.
Look.
She did.
Look, Sarita said Mia's Botox was activated. She couldn't.
Look, y'all, it was like
yes.
Y'all really was dissecting like how she was holding it. I wasn't paying attention to none of that.
Because Tiffany said it last week. Because Tiffany said it, it's now obvious. So when she cries, she goes. And she keeps folding, and she keeps folding. I'm like, oh my God, it's really origami going on right now. Like, real talk.
I'm sorry. Oh my God.
She making paper planes too. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that may be her cry. That may just be what she does. I mean,
so my question is, if she doesn't have on makeup, does she cry like that? Because I feel like she's trying to preserve her look. When you really cry, you don't give a how you cry.
Just cry.
Right.
Well, you don't know that thing might, it might be a little painful to cry,
Here we go. Now, okay, Kevin has a situation where he can't. Go ahead, Kevin.
I have deformed tear ducts, so when I cry, it feels like bullets are coming out of my eyes. It's painful.
I believe that we have the same issue.
Let me tell you something.
Maybe it could be some tear ducts.
I'm not going to comment on that because everybody it's a medical condition.
Yes, but it's okay. The way Kevin tells a story, it's so hard not to get giggly. Look at Kevin, because Kevin knows that he tells stories and it tickles you, and then he make you feel bad because you laugh.
No, what I do is I tell the story. Your ass is sitting there laughing the whole time. That's what.
No,
I'm telling you what happened.
Kevin said to me, it was last year. Some good friends of his got married, right? So Kevin, not to throw your business all the way out there, but Kevin got a little drunk, so he had a good night. So he had his mask on in the were you in the wedding, Kevin?
Yeah, I was in the
wedding. He got his mask on, and he said, "Erica, I was sick. Like he had too many drinks." But he said, most of all, the wedding was so emotional. He wanted to cry, but he knew his tear ducts were hurt. And the way he explained the story, I was weak.
It was the battle between keeping the vomit down. It was like, I don't want to ruin this moment. So either I'm going to blow chunks in this because they had, custom masks for the wedding. So I was like, this mask is just going to have chunks coming out. I'm trying to keep that down. I'm trying to keep the tears in my eyes because the shit is hurting. And I'm a fucking mess up there, standing up there in the groom's party.
You see what I'm saying?
It was awful.
I'm sorry.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
I'm just telling it like it happened.
Right.
Just telling you.
Not the chunks. Right. Not the chunks.
So can you imagine him crying and hurting and got to throw up all at the same time? Like, it was too much. I couldn't.
It was too much. It was definitely too much.
But, okay, so back to Bia. She was weird crying. I just don't think she knows how to be a thug OG, triple OG, y'all. But everybody was in there talking to her.
She just may not be that girl. She's not that girl.
And Candice was like, "Look, you started this, so finish it. So basically, stay right here." She was trying her.
Candice got a lot of mouth for her husband though. She wanted that smoke, so I gave her that smoke. Girl, shut up.
What she say? I brought her into the room. I invited her in the room.
Right. So listen. We're criticizing that, but to me, that put the reality in reality television that moment, because I'm not gonna say I've been there, but I have witnessed people lose their cool and act like that, and they talking all this shit, and you like, okay, now I know you just angry and you just fuming, but you know better in your head, like you just venting right now. You're just venting, and you're so Kevin, like go ahead.
We gotta get to the root though. All over calling a video low budget, it has to be more to it than just that. It has to be.
Well, they said, didn't somebody say it's probably because she's felt low budget at one time or another? Like,
well, it could have been that. It could have been when she came out and Mia said these broke bitches. So yeah, she just kept throwing the low budget broke.
Right.
No money.
But the thing is though, and this is one other thing that Candice said. She called us broke bitches. No, it's a difference between saying it in passing. She didn't say
directly.
Bitch.
Right.
She didn't go like this.
So Candice throws her darts like directly. Mia does her little roundabout kind of a way. So I'm like, she didn't say it to you. She said it in passing.
Because Mia, she walks like she's prancing. Yeah,
she's bougie.
She has a little prance going on.
Yeah, she does. It's jive like cute though.
She dances and prances. She does.
And she doesn't. She doesn't break character, because even when she's walking away, she's like, and it's like.
Listen, let me tell you, I have no qualms with that. I'm a ink and slink type of person too, so I like that.
I'm just saying,
So Mia dance and prance on. I have no problem.
Johnny's. I see Johnny's trying to connect, baby.
Come on in the room.
Come on.
Hey Tiffany, Johnny's want to smoke. Bring her over in the room.
I say this for these while we waiting on Johnny's, for these housewives shows and franchises. They, everybody has their bad day. This episode was just her bad. It was like
2 or 3.
It was like, listen.
She done had a lot of weeks.
Listen. Shout out. Well, to me, this is just my opinion. This is, and shout out to my siblings, because they know what I'm talking about when I say top model. This is like the producers just pick all your worst moments and put them together, and it was just like, but you put my worst ones up there. Like, this is my worst one. It just wasn't her work. It wasn't her best moment. It did not look good for her towards the end of the episode. Now, at the beginning of the episode, I felt the same way, but as I'm watching through the dinner, I'm just like, Candice, what are you doing, Candice?
Went on, yeah. And Sharita said it earlier, even the whole, so of course Ashley was on her assignment, but then when she brought up the daggone slave comment, what, and then what he's doing, I'm like, see, again, and took a little sip of tea, or whatever she was drinking, she doesn't know how to shut her mouth. She just doesn't.
Because at the end of the day, aren't they both married to white men?
Yes.
So can one talk about the other?
No. I mean, they can talk about one another as a person. See, that's why I was getting lost, because I'm like, why aren't we addressing these people as people versus why are their races being taken into account for these arguments? Like, who made it about color?
Slave and concubines and
yes.
Like, who would do that?
Candice. She been calling me a concubine and whore, and now she's using the term slave. It's not okay. Yeah, it's not okay. Yeah. But nobody sees that.
Yeah, she called Mia she said call G the pimp and called her the stripper, call her the concubine. I'm like, for real? Seriously? Yeah. Again, you need the pop.
Is it not okay though? Like, I mean, that's what you do okay. When you okay. So we supposed to be arguing okay, so that it's okay.
So then, are you saying that when she says your mama is not off limits? Is that what you're saying?
It was, but I will agree that it was below the belt. But I mean, she said it. She said like in the words of Nina, I said it. I can't take it back. She said it. It's what she said. It's what she decided to say. You know, when you're mad, you are gonna say stuff that hurts the other person's feelings purposely. That's what you do.
But we are adult. So if you are following, well, me personally, I put it in my stories. I asked the question, as an adult, is it okay to talk about somebody's parent? And as of right now, it's 100% no. Like as kids, oh, here she go. Come on in my room.
Johnny.
Hey.
What's up?
Hey.
You want that smoke, Johnny? You want that smoke?
Hey, Johnny.
She want that
I'm
smoke.
Just waking,
so I
I'm
brought
just
her.
getting out the bed, y'all.
She said she wants that smoke. And I was thinking to myself, it is always a little, I mean, even when she was talking, she want that smoke. I'm like, she's just one of those people that love to hear herself talk.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
She's really not about smoke.
She don't really want to smoke.
She all bark and no bite. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's open the Johnny's. Did you watch this past week's episode?
I did.
What did you think?
So who really got on my nerves this episode was Ashley, to be honest with y'all.
What? What did she do?
Yes. I mean, Candice and me. I'm just saying, Candice and Mia at this point.
I already told you what she did. Go ahead.
But Candice and Mia at this point, I mean, we are expecting what we're getting. They're giving it the same every show. They're giving it to us every show. So, I mean, I was not surprised by Mia and Candice. I'm not surprised by them anymore.
But
so we have a guest.
Are you guys really surprised?
I want to know what you're talking about as it relates to Ashley.
Because she didn't have to bring that shit up then and there. We had
right. Right.
Kevin. You see Kevin that got a new energy. Y'all saw that right?
Right, because his ally is on
I'm gonna say
that is not new energy. I just told him that
on my nerves because
tell us in the comments. Kevin was not bucking like this 5 seconds ago.
He need a tag partner. He needs somebody come in.
Look at Kevin. He's like.
But no, really though. But Ashley, y'all. Ashley is just, you can tell that she is enjoying it way too much. Like she is like in the background like this, basically, yes, finally somebody can get Candice and do what, because she's been hating on Candice since 2 seasons ago. So I feel like she is happy. Yes, I feel like she is happy.
I feel like the hate is mutual. They both don't like each other.
I agree.
We gotta let Tiffany jump in because when you don't have a mic, it's hard to step in on here. What you say, Tiffany?
Yeah, I mean, I was like, Kev, I think it's mutual. I don't think Ashley's been hating on Candice, and Candice has been, always talking about this off camera, her whole thing about the whole colorism thing, whatever. Candice been getting away with a lot of stuff for a long time. Yeah. And so
what exactly is she getting away with? Like, I'm not
bullshit.
Yeah.
What is she getting away with?
She's saying, yeah, her mouth is, I keep saying her mouth is reckless. And all last season, even the whole thing about when they said you didn't learn, Giselle said this time, I'm telling you,
you ain't learned nothing.
You didn't learn anything from last time.
Absolutely.
Because she still acts the same and worse. And her husband, and there was some talk, 2 people were like, after the episode, were bothered with how he handled her or whatever. I think he's trying to calm her down. I didn't see him manhandling her.
No.
Trying to say. He's trying to shut her up and calm her down, and she's still going at it.
Right.
I'm like,
he tries to pull her away to give her a timeout, a breather.
Right.
Like,
now I agree with that.
But she fights him.
Yeah.
And it's like your argument is not with him. So what are you doing? You got to go home with this man at the end of the night.
So the consensus. I saw the comment from Stephen. So the consensus with the 3, Erica, Tiffany, and Brandon, is her mouth. Is that the problem? Her mouth?
her mouth.
Let me ask you, Kev. What was Giselle talking about when she made that statement? If you're saying that we're saying that, what was Giselle and the other Green Eyed Monster talking about? Is that not what they were alluding to?
That probably.
No, there's no.
No, it's a yes or no.
No,
what are you doing?
I don't know. I'm not in their head. I don't have the operation of their mind.
But okay.
But that's probably what they meant. And if that's what it is for you guys, that's okay.
But what did you? Well, Kevin, what did you? The question was, what did you think Giselle was saying? For real, Giselle. This is Giselle here.
When she said that she didn't learn anything.
Say about what?
Say about her not learning from last year. The situation
she was alluding to Monique. You have no.
But my thing is,
Sarita said it.
But you are who you are. Like I said, some people don't mind getting beat up. If you got a mouth, you got a mouth. Like, ain't nothing gonna change that. Like, that's who you are.
Thank you.
If you got a mouth, you got a mouth.
That's my point. Some people are just like that. Some people are just like that. It doesn't make it okay. Yeah, I agree. It doesn't make it okay. But I'm just asking, is that what your problem is with her, the three of you? Because some people, that's just them. That's just who they are.
But Kevin,
I need her to grow up. The fact, going back, and Sharita said it just now with the knives. She did the knife thing seasons ago and stayed on. Okay.
Yep.
So, butter knife or not, I don't care. She did swing the thing, and she had to stay on the show. So all this now, and she does. She throws rocks, hides her hands, she cries, and all this stuff. I'm like, girl, no.
Yeah.
So all that.
And then she's still friends with Giselle and Robin, the same people that said they didn't want to be around Monique anymore. So they need to have that same energy as it relates to her.
Listen, I'm not making excuses. I'm not saying it's okay, but that's who she is. She has a mouth. Now I'm gonna agree with you, Tiffany, Erica, Brandon, and I said this before. Do I think that Candice is juvenile and childish? Yes, I have agreed with you on that.
I think that about most of the women on the show, to be honest. Not just her.
They all have the propensity or capacity to be childish.
Y'all are not for real.
Now wait, Candice to me. I will agree with you. Candice is the most childish. I will agree. I will agree. I will agree with you on that. But they all have the capacity to be childish.
I don't think Karen is childish. She's taking the role of mother.
No, not Karen.
No,
not Karen. I agree with you.
I totally disagree about everybody having the tendency.
I said most of them. Most of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. We'll go.
So did you all agree that with what the Green Bandit said, that she didn't learn her lesson from last year?
What was the lesson that you felt that she should have learned from last year? Let me ask you that specifically. What's the lesson that you wanted her to learn from last year? Look, each of you. I want you to each give me your own answer for that.
She was so traumatized.
But that's what have you
went to therapy.
Have you not been around somebody like Candice before? Like she's been that way since probably elementary school.
But y'all, we said that last week. However, you all could not understand what the issue with Candice was. Like y'all were not making y'all.
When I hear people say that's just how a person is, I can't rock with it.
It's not excusing.
To me, it is.
I'm not saying it's okay, but I'm just saying that's who she is, and I see it, and it's like okay.
Right. So, but y'all were also saying that Mia deserved it because Mia walked by and said you broke bridges and kept sashaying.
I was saying Mia contributed to that.
She did. Now, it was a comment that I saw online that I agree with. Candice, it's not like Candice is just going to pick with innocent people. That's what I don't get. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. Like, if this was an innocent Susie over there in the corner, ain't had nothing to say, been minding her business the whole show, ain't throw no shade at her, ain't talked about her husband and asked about her money, then yeah. okay, why is she behaving that way? But I feel like these people giving her the same energy that she's giving them, and that's really why I don't have an issue with it.
It's definitely not the same energy.
What
Candice, I mean, and that's okay if you feel that way, because it's in my eyes, from what I saw, and I feel like the people in the comments right now agree that Candice took this opportunity and elevated it, because she even said to, and I'm gonna harp on this one more time, and then we're gonna go to the dinner. She said to Giselle and them, hey, she tried to talk about my mama. And that's what I was talking about last week. I said, it was your mother talking about you, boo. It was your own mother talking about you. And I agree that Mia should not have been having that conversation with her mother, but somehow Candice has snowballed this into being, you affected my family.
But when she know what Candice's mother told her either. We can tell that Candice's mom is a little snake.
She would have. I feel like
know what she said either.
Right, and you know what?
Go tell her mama. Okay,
what's the motion, Erica? What's the snowball motion?
Well, it's better than this. What Candice was doing the other week. so how about that?
Those producers were so petty that week. They had me in this house rolling. Those producers were petty, honey.
Well, all I'm saying, she needs to have the same energy and anger with Mia and her mama. That's all I'm saying. Her mom contributed just as much as Mia did. And maybe she can't go hard on her mom like that, but it's misguided. Yes.
But she doesn't really know yet, y'all, until she probably saw the episode.
She watches it.
How bad her mom really
But she know her mama. She know her mama.
Yeah. Season before. She's seen it before. If not this, not this season, but she's seen it before. She knows her mom will go on talk about Chris. This is not new. And
her mama was talking about him in the beginning of the season, asking him about his money in the house. I mean, it's not like she don't know her mama is trifling. She know this. So the energy, the hell raising.
Well, you
the hell raising that she's
closed doors,
behind closed doors, right? You can't do it on the camera,
right.
But okay, so you can get on your mama behind closed doors, but your mama can sell you up the creek.
She's already done it. Like, what you gonna do?
I'm asking, but it's okay that her mama sell her up the creek publicly.
No,
it's definitely not okay.
But why has that not been addressed?
Well, we don't know.
We don't know that it has.
In front of the camera.
Yeah, we don't know that it hasn't been addressed. It may have been off camera.
She said it on the show, so why would she address it off the show?
I'm talking about Candice addressing her mother.
Her mom.
But her mom said the statements on the show. Why would they then have a private conversation?
Hold on. We gotta get Tiffany in there. What you say, Tiffany?
No, I'm just Sharita is going. She is just, I can't imagine she had this much anger towards anybody else, so she's actually gotten out of her mom. And wrong, but see, her mom got the purse strings. So she's gonna say but so much and let that anger go out on and lash out at everybody else. Because she can't tell her mom to do whatever. I'm like, you grown and you married, girl, act like it. You need to be protecting your marriage, okay? And get your mama out of your business. She'll need to have a room with her daggone likeness, her little life-size poster in the room. Come on now.
And her mom.
No. That's a person.
At the end of the day, y'all, that's still her mama.
That's her mama.
And that's true. And that's true.
How many people told Candy that she needed to check her mama?
And you know what Candy started to do? It was whiny, but she said, "Mama, I know I'm talking about Candy." She be like, "Oh, mama, stop it, mama," because her mama was dragging her husband for filth, could have wrecked her marriage. And this is the exact same thing that's going to happen. However, in this situation, Candice is too immature to protect that man who is sitting up here doing for her little anorexic games. That's all I got to say.
But you know what? The difference, though, about that situation is Candy, to me, Candy probably could have checked why their names similar, y'all. Candy and Candice.
I know Candy and Candice.
That might be something.
I know that.
But anyways, Candy could have really checked her mom harder because she's the one that was giving her, like, she was supporting her mother and she was still disrespecting her husband. Versus Candice, y'all say she might still be in her mama bag. Like that's a big difference where I feel like, I don't know. I never really saw Candy really stand up for Ty where I was like, oh yes,
she did.
Candy,
She has had to have very hard conversations to protect her marriage. And to this day, you don't see that energy popping up no more because it was a public issue that she was trying to make her husband seem like he was freeloading off Candy.
But you don't see the mama on episodes like that no more like that either. So
exactly because she did what? Exactly. Thank you.
So
Sharina
maybe
Candy
she can learn. She can learn from that. Take her mama off the show. She needs to not have any more guest appearances because she's stirring up stuff in the group.
She need to get off the show too. If she wants to last, I feel like all them people who, if they want their marriage to last, they need to get their butts right off that show.
I feel like Candice is just hers looks the most toxic. Like,
but
Ashley's marriage.
You think her marriage is the most toxic? You think?
Yeah, I feel like Candice's marriage is becoming toxic because I told you when they had the video shoot, she couldn't even protect her. There was no respect for her husband.
Current day, you think it's the most toxic?
Yes, because if my husband has to pull me out of rooms multiple times in one episode and I'm yelling at him and I'm pushing him, if I'm physically pushing my husband on camera like I'm in middle school,
that's your number one supporter. You don't do that.
Right. That's a problem. That's a problem.
That's
and
like,
not only, what was you gonna say, Erica?
Go ahead.
No, I was just thinking, like, as it relates to Candice, it's just, I feel like she's the type of woman, if her husband started making more money than her husband, she'll throw it in his face. She's gonna try to wear the pants in that relationship.
Have more money than him.
That's her mama's money.
Well, either way, it's more than what he got.
Right. No, I don't think so. I think he knows that. So. I think he knows that Candice doesn't have any money. She's spending her mama's money. And right now, he is the one that has access to cash. It's not Candice.
And we'll see what happens as her musical career does whatever it's going to do.
Yes. And when she starts blowing up, that's why we getting all this heat now. She done got a lot of media attention and she's feeling herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she do make more money than him, but I also think that him being a husbander, he's also not stupid where he knows that this is what she needs to pop. Like, he knows that if she stays on the show, this is free advertisement for her music and things like that as well. So I feel like, he's going to say, like, I don't want you to do this. I don't want you to do that. But he also know if he's business minded that we're going to continue to talk about her if she's on the show, regardless of if it's ruining their marriage or not. Like, this is what she needs.
Right.
I don't feel like new marriages can last reality TV. Like Karen, she good. They've been together, 20-something, 30 years. But these new marriages, you've been barely married, 2-3 years? I don't know. It's already rough out there in these streets. Then you add reality TV.
Right.
I
mean, because truth be told, Ashley did have a hard time in her own marriage. It wasn't until she popped out 2 babies that things started to settle. And I guess that's because the focus really isn't on her husband anymore.
Yeah, at least right now. So
right.
He hasn't felt up any more men, so I'm just saying he hasn't felt anybody else up lately.
Maybe he hasn't seen Juan lately, so that'll all change soon.
There you go.
But shifting gears, can we give a clap bravo to Wendy? She found a house that could accommodate everybody. There wasn't a house off on the side where people had to go and be carted to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's give it up for her.
However, that situation with Giselle and them at the time.
I do not care about them green-eyed bandits having
It's called payback.
First of all, let's go back. You were let Wendy and whoever used your bathroom in the first place at your house, okay?
Right.
Under the tent.
So under the tent. So that's fair. So then you said you weren't going to come to this. So okay, everyone chose their rooms. Robin, you grossed me out talking about your menstrual cycle, baby. No one needs to know all that information. And if you felt that funky, don't come. Okay?
Not funky.
Because we women. I know, sis. I know you would feel it. Just don't come. Okay, just don't come. Giselle can't talk about her boot in the bathroom because she didn't mind that boot when she was giving it to her house. So sis. Okay.
Thank you, Tiffany. You remembered. She definitely was walking all over those cobblestones.
Yes.
I'm gonna speak on this. Usually
here we go. Come on, Cam. Come on. And it's about to be serious because he touching behind. He like this. I'm gonna give it to you. This one he gonna give you some real
Can I give my opinion?
Yes.
I was really, really irritated by the whole conversation with Giselle in this room and Robin in this room. And usually, contrary to everyone else, I give Giselle the benefit of the doubt because I know that she understands the assignment and she's just doing her job, regardless of whether or not it's pissing off the other women. But when she got there and she was talking about, well, what bathroom am I supposed to use? Bitch, you better figure it out. It's a bathroom in here. You better figure it out. If there's not a bathroom attached to this room, you better figure it the fuck out.
No, she wanted a signed room. She wanted her name on the door.
And she said, and then she wanted to be nasty and say, no, I think I'm asking the host, like you didn't feel like it was important for the bathroom to figure the shit out.
And you just got there 5 minutes ago.
Right.
Like you literally just got there 5 minutes ago. And you think I was really thinking, oh, what bathroom is Giselle going to be able to use if she comes?
I wanted to say, what do you want her to do? Build you a bathroom on the side of, like, it's not a bathroom.
That's what she does.
It's not.
She piecemeal shit to her house, so why she can't do it at
right?
Come on now.
Get a porta potty, sis. Whatever.
Yeah.
Build a bathroom.
Look at Steve. Look at that. He said they were sleeping in the attic chair.
It was the bonus room. It was the bonus room.
It was definitely the attic because I feel like they had the weird shape ceiling.
Right.
It was the bonus room. But
they was above the garage or something.
They was in Giselle's closet that she added up.
Listen, I was like, and then even the bed dressing and all that. I was like, this is definitely the kids' room.
But it doesn't matter. So my point is, you're the last one. What do you expect? You're the last one there. Like, and there's a bathroom in the house. It doesn't matter that it's not attached to your room. Like. If you have to use the bathroom, go to the fucking bathroom,
right?
Wherever it is.
But not only late, but said they weren't coming, and then changed their mind. So,
Ashley coerced them to come because she didn't want to be alone because she knew her husband won't come in.
Right, so she needed.
My thing is, they
said she wanted them to
go. They have a separate bathroom.
They do.
Everywhere they go, they have a separate bathroom.
But I think they do. They all, because usually they're in hotels, but Real House of Atlanta, they're really good with houses and a heavy mix of hotels. But Housewives of Potomac, they have been really leaning in on homes, renting homes. And the homes, if I'm not mistaken, they do in fact have their own bathrooms. So in that moment, I was like, dang, this is like, if they weren't such trash, I would say, yes, y'all do need your own bathroom, especially Robin. Lord Jesus.
All that she's going through.
Yes, because I understand. However, they've been such, but she's so trash that I'm like, this is karma.
I'm not calling this is
karma.
Trash. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you just want to be mad over some shit. Like,
But
you wasn't supposed to be there. You're there now, and you said you wasn't coming, and now you want to be upset about something. Bitch, you said you wasn't coming. So
I think Robin said it like 5 times that her period was on though. Like it was too much.
And my thing is,
Like,
and
I was sitting there like, girl, I know.
And my thing is,
I
even if you don't
it's
like
oversharing, I'm like, stop, come on.
Even if you don't like
the filter.
Sorry.
Huh, I'm
no,
sorry.
go ahead, Johnny.
No, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Now I was gonna say, even if you don't like the accommodations, I feel like, they're grown enough. Like, you could just say, okay, I don't like it. I'm gonna find somewhere else to go and just leave it at that. Like, all of that back and forth about the bathroom was just like, really, how old are you?
I applaud them. I applaud because I think next week they are going to get a hotel. So good for you.
Yeah,
And
which is what you should have done if you didn't like it. Go.
So there you go. So
I mean, they wouldn't have been high up on the selection list anyway in the order in which Wendy issued the rooms. So yeah,
he said
they got the
rooms. She didn't issue them.
But yes, she did. She did. She lied to them.
She let
in
people
order.
Pick their rooms first.
In order. Yeah, so she kind of told a little fib. Right. Yeah, she was like, nobody, like, I was just sitting there like, girl, be honest.
She told the truth. She did not
tell the truth, right?
She just let them pick them in order.
In order.
but they would have not been there to do that anyway. So
right. My thing is, if you don't like it, you ain't got to be there.
Right.
Like, if you don't like it, then go. Like, because I'm a frequent host. And to me, that would be very, that would offend me for somebody to say, I don't like it. Okay, well then leave. Leave. Like,
good vibes only.
That's right.
Okay.
Good vibes
so speaking of
GOV or GVL.
Listen,
or GTF. What is it? What is how I go?
Mia's husband.
All right.
He was embarrassing. I would have been like, honey, you going home just because you couldn't.
Episode. He been in
I mean, I agree. He was a mess.
Okay, so I will agree with you. G was really nasty this episode. He was really gross.
He was giving Karen.
He was nasty last week too.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Last week was like my first introduction, so I was just like, maybe he's just fun like that. But he was just really gross this time. He was really nasty, and he reminds me of Sheree's ex-husband with the tongue thing. Like, I was like, why is the tongue always coming out? That's a big
he
issue.
said he liked white women, and Karen showed up in a Barbie wig. Come on, did y'all not see that?
Yeah, but he's still doing the most.
I don't think he was drunk again this time. I think he was
drunk. Erica, imagine if your spouse did that to one of your friends. Honey, I would have smacked that damn mouth out of his mouth so quick. Yeah, I would have been
not
like,
the mouth out of the mouth.
Not
the mouth out of the mouth.
The only thing I will give G credit for, he stuck up when Mia was getting involved, so I might leave. He's like, I'm going, and I didn't want to come anyway. So he did come.
He supports his wife.
Yes.
Yeah.
Somewhat.
When he's
after he tell her to shut up.
Well, I had a different opinion about that.
He did tell her to shut the fuck up.
What was your opinion on that, Tiffany? I'm dying to know.
Honestly, okay, I know y'all talked about that before, but I really felt like and whether be right, wrong, otherwise, my husband and I won't cuss each other. I know that, but I felt like he was being a bit facetious about it. Look, we can talk about this nice ass truck we about to get. So I'm gonna tell you, shut the fuck up right now. So I didn't take that as a malicious.
You didn't think it was a big deal? You didn't think it? Well, that's what I said. I didn't think it was a big deal because I was like, I have definitely heard worse.
Yeah, I didn't take it as a malicious.
It's not a malicious, but it's a red flag, is what it is.
Well, so you saying it can
escalate? Is it a red flag or is it a white flag? Or
it definitely is a red flag.
Okay,
it can escalate. I didn't think so. And again, I have a thing about cussing between spouses, but at that, I kind of felt like he was playing with her, like this G-Wagon coming, so shut the fuck up right now. While I take care of this, because I can tell you right now, because you'll get this nice truck. I didn't take it as shut the fuck up. I'm gonna beat your ass. That kind of thing.
It didn't come out like that.
No,
nowhere near. Maybe because I say shut the fuck up so much that it doesn't bother me.
I mean,
yeah,
it's like
so you said so much, you give Giselle vibes that you just be like, okay, whatever. Like,
right.
Whatever. Shut the
but
fuck
if
up.
Candice says shut the fuck up, everybody ready to fight.
Yeah,
Not me.
I don't like.
Not me.
I don't like women calling each other bitches. I mean, I don't. I just don't. So, but between some women, that's their thing.
Yes.
It wouldn't be my
Yes.
thing ever in life, but
Yeah.
that's their thing.
That's
So, but
true.
I didn't take his thing as a malicious, whatever. Like Stefan, like, this could be how they kind of at that moment. Look how much this truck is, girl. Shut the fuck up. While I take care of this.
Right.
Yeah, I don't take it as
Right.
malicious
So,
either. I take it as he
it
used
wouldn't.
those
It
things
was
to
my
kind of
conversation.
control her in the
Control.
situation.
Mhm.
That's how I took it. Like, I'm about to buy you this nice truck, so now be quiet and go sit down in the corner somewhere. Why? I feel like he uses that
Not in the
as kind of
not
like
in the
control.
corner.
We
Yeah.
talked about this too. She married
Not
her
in the
father,
corner.
so there's some
Right.
kind of control there anyway.
Right.
Her and Ashley, come on now. Right, come on, do the
Yeah,
Erica thing.
these are
Snowballed. It's been snowballed.
snowball. And everybody chose who they wanted to marry.
Yeah.
I'ma just pull
Look,
one. I'ma just pull, and she chose that, and so did Candice. But unfortunately, I feel like poor white Mike got the end. He got the bad end of the stick. But I don't see him staying long. He gonna find him I'm sorry, somebody.
You mean
is gonna
Candace's
tickle his-
husband?
I don't think he gonna be around for long, y'all. Chris, somebody is gonna come around him with some peace, because he don't have peace.
Peace, right?
She does not bring him peace. She does
Nope.
not bring him.
And neither does his mother-in-law. So
Right.
No.
There's
So
that.
I think in regards to spouses that are just like Ashley, I don't know. I don't know what that is, right? However, I think, and we can go there, the restaurant with the whole scuffle back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
She pushed him tonight, y'all. I don't know if y'all seen it.
She did. She did.
She pushed him tonight. And I was like, it's so middle school. Like, everybody else has said some really interesting stuff to their spouses or what have you. But the one thing I haven't seen is that ghetto love where you get off me. Like, it's just it's a public.
Now, Erica,
Like,
Erica, I have seen it many times over.
But what does that mean in regards to the show?
It means entertainment. It means people are watching.
So that means, but people can comment on it. So it just looks very unstable. Mm-hmm. Like where you start to push one another. So if one minute old boy is saying shut the F up, but the next minute we pushing our husband, we laying hands, because he's like, just.
He had already told her.
I thought the whole situation was toxic. I felt like the fact that he had to put his hands on her and then she pushed back. Like, it wasn't like she just pushed him out of nowhere. Like, he did have his hands on her, even though he was not being mean or malicious. Like, I don't feel like he was out of the way at all. But he did have his hands on her too. So, I mean, when you start
his wasn't in a harmful way.
No, I don't think it was in a harmful way, but she just didn't want him on her. That's how I took it. Like, she wanted to finish what she wanted to say. Is it right? No, I'm not saying it's right.
It's not.
I'm not saying it's right, but it's not like she just pushed him out of nowhere, is what I'm saying.
So my thing is, though, so who's supposed to check her? And I'm not saying this in a way of laying hands on your wife.
Right.
But if you see your wife going off left, right, how else is he going to? He's already tried to talk to her.
He was trying to check her. He definitely was trying to. He was not really successful, which is why he had to leave.
He had to leave, and he'd already told her during the first cry earlier when he's like, "Are you going to be whatever?" I don't know if I can do that. Okay.
Right. Be the bigger person.
And I loved him in that moment, by the way. I was like, yes, Chris, get her together, honey.
And so now you come to dinner, and yes, Ashley started some stuff and shouldn't have, but here you go off left, and you go off the rail. Your husband is trying to tell you first to stop. You keep on going. So now, yes, does he put his hands? Yes, but he's trying to get her to shut the fuck now. Shut the fuck up.
But to me, in that moment, she's like a bull. Right.
That's the worst thing you want to do is put your hands on them.
Right. Like, how many times have you been pissed off and somebody tell you need to calm down, and that right there triggers you? Like,
oh, she's already triggered. Come on, she already triggered.
Like,
she already triggered. It didn't take much to trigger her. She already triggered. So
right.
You throw three little leaves of lettuce, and somebody throw the bag back at you, and you blow up like that. You started that. You, my love, you started that.
Like snowball into this like.
I mean, I'm trying to understand him putting his hands on her. You need to calm down. But I don't even see that as that ain't even valid, because she was showing her ass, and as her husband, as the head of her household, excuse me, as the head of his household.
That's how I look at it.
Well, he as the head of the household.
I feel like they shouldn't be in that situation where your husband have to put your hands on you like that. First of all, that's how I feel personally. But secondly, I feel like if somebody's in that situation, they're already heated. Like, she's already in like
right.
She's already heated. Like, I feel like he just kind of, I don't know.
He tried.
He was being aggressive.
No, I don't think he was being aggressive at all. I feel like he felt like he was helping the situation, but in reality, he was not.
And why was he not helping the situation?
Look what happened.
Why wasn't it helpful in that situation?
Because in that moment, that's not what needed to happen. He probably just needed to let her. She was going to say what she was going to say, regardless. If he put his hands on, if he tried to shut her up or whatever, she was going to continue. I'm not saying he's wrong, but I'm just saying he was not going to. He was not going to shut her up.
It was nothing he could have done.
Right.
But I mean, so basically, that whole talk that they had earlier was for naught.
Right.
Well, basically. No, maybe he should have talked to her again before they went to the restaurant and be like, "Now listen here."
So she need a pep talk every time. Every time we go out in public, we need a pep talk.
Sometimes, well, I mean, adults should not, but y'all say that y'all say that she's childish. So yeah, she's gonna need another.
That's what I was going to say. When we go in the grocery store as children, your mama say when we get in the store,
don't ask me for nothing.
Don't hit the back of my
head.
Right. That's a pep talk. That's a pep talk. So you're saying Candice needs a pep talk every time she leaves the house.
Around
to be on her best.
She needed one that day. Let me say this.
Well, hold on. What Tiffany was saying something we can't hear because she don't have a mic.
No, I was saying he gave a pep talk once already. So you think he had to do it again? We're going
in the same day.
Right. The same day.
Well, let me say this. How many times I give it to the humanity of Candice. How many times have you been in a situation where you have been past your point and somebody and the people who are around you couldn't reach you? I have lost my shit before. I have gone off before and my mom was right there in the car and I couldn't control it and it was nothing that she could do. It happens. We humans. It happened. It just happened with her on television.
Erica, come back.
Baby, listen. I ain't gotta listen.
Erica, come on. Come on.
See, this is what happens. For example, Robin even said it herself. No, it was Ashley. She doesn't have ownership and accountability.
Uh-huh.
And the people who love her oh so much are having a hard time with that ownership and accountability. But the world sees it. I wouldn't put nothing on her husband in this situation. I applaud him for trying to stop embarrassing their reunion in public. I applaud him for actually walking away and giving up on her because she ain't worth it. I think he should. I feel like him giving up. She should have snapped out of it and gone and said, "I am so sorry. I am very sorry, husband. I shouldn't have been acting like a middle school per usual. But no, she couldn't see it like that because her wants, her needs, her emotions always come first before her husband in public on national television. And she embarrasses him. And you know what? As a Black woman with a white man who is subservient to her emotions, I'm just all kind of embarrassed at the whole shabacle, honey. It's a charade and a debacle. Shabacle. Okay. It is just so sad. It is so sad.
But Erica, you
I don't feel sorry for them. That's what they signed up for.
She gave more weight to the women of Real Housewives of Potomac than she did her own damn marriage.
That's why I said
Tyler's husband went out to run for him, and not even his damn wife. And under no circumstances is that right.
It sure is not. That's why you should not be signing up for reality TV.
And you know what? And even with signing up for reality, when you sign up for reality TV, she is choosing. She's choosing. Thank you, Stefan. She's choosing herself over her marriage.
I think they both choosing that check over their marriage.
I'm about ownership and accountability. If he didn't care about her, he wouldn't have tried to check her.
Right.
And since she don't give a damn about him, she let him do that, pushed him away, he walked away. So in this moment, I'm blaming all of everything on her. Just because you're on national television on a show doesn't mean you got to go out like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a way to go about it. You ain't got to go out like that. You know, so
the pushing really got me. The pushing got me because I'm sorry. No, that is a total no for me.
So let me ask y'all this. Okay, she did not want to stop. She did not want to get up. She's in I guess when you take certain training, when people in crisis or whatever the case might be, whatever she was going through, what should she have done if she did not want to get up and she wanted to keep talking? Like if she was in the whole mood, like what did y'all expect? Did y'all expect her to just get up and just start walking with Chris? Did y'all expect that from her?
Absolutely.
That's what they want for her. But
that's what she should have done, right?
That's what
absolutely.
Did y'all think that was going to happen? How heated she was?
You know what? In that moment,
maybe not right at that moment. Hey, so Aaron, maybe not right at that moment, but all the time that between Ray going and walking, yeah, I think there was enough time there for her to calm the fuck down, okay, and go check on my husband, okay.
You gotta do the holy clap.
Wait a minute now.
And tell Ashley,
wait a minute now. You got to be real. Sometimes when you angry, sometimes when I'm angry, I don't calm down for a couple of days.
But you're not married. But you're not married. You're not in a committed relationship. No. When you in a committed relationship and your spouse is you just disrespected
Johnny,
if y'all listen,
speak on it.
Because let me tell you something. When if y'all go back because when on story time, the first story time we have right now on the podcast platform, I went clean off on my daddy in New York City in the hotel. But when my mama stopped me and said, "You need to calm down, Erica," I had to find my center. I had to center myself. I'm not even married, but in that moment, if I see that my husband is hurt by me, by my antics with somebody who I don't feel like I should even have to explain myself to, boo, you ain't. I would have at least said, I'm gonna be back to handle you, but I'm gonna go check on my husband first. That is the quality. We talk about the quality of woman at that moment. She ain't worth nothing. She don't deserve him. And honestly, I feel like she should have got jumped.
One moment now.
No, this is not the first time. But this is not the first time they have had that kind of energy with each other. This is not the first time. But I'm gonna go back to this. Ashley pointed something out that I thought was really interesting. When she said to Mia, "You don't put your hand in my face." I've been through that already. It was almost like to tout and to throw it in her face, like, I survived it and I can do it to you. And so in that moment, they should have just went ahead. Her popping off at that restaurant acting like she was Hi Kitty.
So you feel like that would have justified a beat down. That's
she been earned it. When she threw them three letters, them leaves. The letters.
I threw 2 letters, and she threw a handful.
And that's why I said what I said last week. Candice is looking for a come up, and she goes by the highest pay. She goes and finds the highest paid housewife, and she triggers them. She says things that will make them be aggressive with her. Is she looking for a long
see, there you go. No, the biggest. Let me tell you something. It's the little
highest paid, the one who has the most money or assets,
and she rich.
Right.
And, and the fact that she threw her wealth in her face, she chose that as a lane to have an even bigger issue with her. Yes, it's because
this does that though. That's not.
But guess what? She can do that.
I do applaud though. I would say I applaud a scholar for asking her about that. A scholar did ask her about that. Why did you do that? And I will give a scholar that, because she said, can we not talk about work and money during whatever? And I think Mia took that to heart. But let me go back real quick to Candice. I think she disrespects Chris partly, I'm telling you, because her mother disrespects Chris. And when your own mother disrespects your husband, you feel it's okay to do the same thing. I would never let my mother talk about my husband the way that she does. And because of that, that's why you disrespect your husband, because your mother does too. So there you go.
And we also see that her mom is not a safe place, because if she goes to her mom and say anything, she's gonna repeat it.
Yeah.
In his face.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Like, if you can't go to your parents and say something in confidence, then who can you go to?
You know what? I don't have
not
this
your
issue.
parents.
I've never had that issue.
You can't go to your parents.
What do you do in that situation? Are you what do you do in that situation where your mother is that way? Are you saying that she should not allow her mother in her home? Or
let me tell you though, I'm not saying she can't allow in her home, but seriously, look, you leave and cleave. Don't talk about my husband. Don't talk about my husband.
Do y'all actually think that's gonna stop her mama from talking about Chris?
No, it's not.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will, because she's gonna have to limit it.
You come at it out of respect for your mom. Look, I love you, mom, but this is my husband.
Establish boundaries.
Don't talk about my husband to anyone else. Now, I'm gonna tell you this. My mother and I might say stuff about him, but see, I trust my mother though, and my mother's not gonna go back and tell him what I said.
Right.
This might be just me venting it, and I'm like, Mom, but I love him, and this, whatever. But the two, they don't have that. Her mother repeats what she says, and they just come out of the blue.
Well, I agree with y'all on that front, that she don't need to tell her mama about.
No.
She don't need to confide in her mama about her husband.
And she don't even have an ally on the show. She can't even she can't confide in the girls.
She don't need an ally on the show. She don't need one.
But everybody needs an ally on the show.
Let me tell you.
She was begging to have Karen as an ally in the beginning of this season.
She doesn't need one. Let me tell you, Candice from this episode and last episode has secured her spot for the next season. She does not need an ally from any of those girls.
Well, I hope she can continue to make it, because it's looking real dusty. So speaking of dusty, Ashley and her communication at the table, we can tell that it was stirred up for a long time, and I think it was dug up when Ashley came to the house and threw a little flame in the air and got Wendy all messed up. Then Candice called her wide and big, wide-bodied and everything, and I'm thinking to myself, Lord, that's a disaster.
But Ashley just petty though, because even with Chris complimenting her, she was like, "Well, even your wife called me wide about it." Like, what the hell does that have to do with me telling you congratulations? And I don't know. Ashley just gets on my last nerves.
He doesn't like her husband. There's issues with the husband. So once again, Ashley is supporting her husband.
But she's still, how you supporting your husband? First of all, he's not even there. That's the first of all. Second of all, this man just said congratulations on having a baby. Your wife calling her a wild by the amp didn't have nothing to do with that moment.
Before he said all of that, he even admitted in that conversation, yeah, we may not have gotten along, or things that may have gone sideways. I still had a decency to say congratulations, I follow you. He gave a whole disclaimer before he gave her that compliment.
But he was respectful to her. And what did Candice have to do with that moment at all? What did Candice have to do with any of that?
She honestly, quite frankly, Ashley don't really rock with Candice or her husband. And that's what she was saying.
But that's all she had to say then. Don't be fake.
Well, she wasn't fake because she said she wasn't. Okay. Well, wait, she was gracious, because even in the confessional, she said, I was grateful for what he said. And 9 times out of 10, she probably wasn't even expecting it after all the trash talk. I mean, that's what she said in the confessional. I am very grateful that
you could tell by her comeback. I'm grateful, but I'm gonna let you know that even though you're saying all this, your wife called me a wild body. What does that have to do with him? He can't control his wife's mouth. He ain't had nothing to do with that.
But maybe she and her husband have pillow talk.
Tiffany,
I don't know. I like Chris. Mouth. I just feel like she was just being like extra in that moment. Like that had nothing to do with it.
I don't know. I see Ashley's point of view. Candice and her husband has been really nasty to the both of them. So,
but Candice's husband has not been nasty to them. Her Ashley husband was nasty to Candice's husband.
Candice's husband, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's what happened at the party. I can't remember now.
Yeah, it was actually Ashley's husband that was being nasty.
Right.
Hey, Rhonda. Listen, so do you all feel that the back and forth? Honestly, I feel like both of them are little women who, I'm gonna just be honest, these are both two little women who have not been able to get over their conundrum of issues, and I find it to be very intriguing that one husband calls the other, one wife calls another wife's husband like a slave master,
slave driver. What is that?
I think it has to do more with the age than the race.
I mean, we say daddy all the time, like that's a daddy, but
there's there's a difference in the age. There's an age difference between Candice and her husband and Ashley and her husband. I feel like that is where that dick is coming from.
Yeah, but I think that is so out of spectrum. Like slave drive, like you could call him hot, I mean, just anything, whatever you want to, AARPZ, whatever. But she didn't do that. And that was the moment that I saw that Candice, and even the women at the table were saying it, even in their confessionals, they were saying it. She's gonna go high level stab you in your neck. Okay, with her arguments, she doesn't know how to have conflict as an adult. What we're seeing is middle school all the way. So when people say they would drag her or things like that, that's the response that you have for somebody who is middle school. If you feel like you want to talk that much trash, you have to be prepared to get put down. Like,
I think she is prepared.
She's not. No, she's not. No, she's not.
She don't care about.
No, she care, y'all.
No,
I think she care about beat up.
No,
her rebuttal is always your mama, okay? Because she knows she is a child. Your mama. How many adult arguments have you been in and you said your mama?
As an adult. What you say, Tiffany?
As an adult, I mean, for real.
As an adult, you don't even think about talking about somebody's mother. You are sticking to the facts of what they are doing and what they got going on in that moment. Because as an adult, it's about the facts. And that little heifer, I'm telling you, it's because she bite-sized and featherweight. She think that she can do this. When you have production security, you would do that. You would do that. But if ain't nobody there, you ain't never heard about her being around them and they pop off camera, off set. You'll never hear that. So she does it on camera on set because she knows they would because she knows she wouldn't have no smoke.
No. No.
Look,
She would lose.
her lace
I think I
front
saw a video. Was it this episode when she was talking to Giselle and she was saying the same thing that we said? It was just like a comeback, like it was just like a a thing, like
something to say.
You say something to me, I'm saying your mama, like
right.
Basically the same thing we was.
That's a mess.
And it was basically the same thing that she said. That it's just a snapback, basically.
And you know what? And the Green Eyed Bandits checked her. They said, but they told you about her mother, didn't they? And she's like, no. They were like, no. They told you about her mother, right? And she said, yeah, but it was after the fact. She could not be honest. No, it wasn't, because when they were sitting there in that room, I'm gonna tell
I don't care.
Right, I don't care. But it wasn't after the fact though.
That was after, Erica.
I'm gonna tell you why. They were in the bed. They was on the bed, and they said, yes, they did. Last episode when they were sitting on the bed, they said, you know what happened with her mother, right? So don't do that. Don't talk about her mother.
Yeah. No, she said, no, I don't know, and then that's when Mia walked in.
So when we say after the fact, when I say after the fact, she knew before the letter throwing, before all the yelling and the screaming in the kitchen. She knew it was something with her mother and kept going. She kept paying into it.
At that point, that was already
she didn't care.
Right.
No. Wait. What you saying, right, for Kev? Wait. Let me.
She didn't care.
So when she was talking to Giselle and them, and they said, "But you knew," she said, "No." She didn't
know at that point, Erica. She didn't.
I still don't think she fully know, but she don't give a damn.
It doesn't matter if somebody says that it's an issue with the mom or there's something going on.
She doesn't give a damn. She doesn't give.
That's not a credible. That's not a credible excuse.
But what me and Candice were saying last week, at that point, she has already said what you want her to do. Take it back. She has already
but Kevin, y'all are not. You're not accounting for all that post stuff when they went back into the kitchen, when they were walking through the hall and then they made it back to the kitchen. There is no ownership and accountability. When they told her in the room, you know her mama got a story, right? We negating that before she went into the kitchen?
That's all they said.
But that should be enough.
Is that not
enough? No, I mean, what
grown up
that mean?
Yes, it is.
What does that mean, though?
That means her mom is off limits.
But my thing is, if your mom is like, okay, so I don't know. I felt some type of way about Mia. Y'all just brought some things that I wanted to say about Mia and her whole mom situation. When she was saying, if my mom relapsed and all that stuff, I was like, well, honey, if it was that serious, if you cared about your mama that much, then why are you using her as a storyline? Like, if you really care about your mama, ride for your mama like you up here crying and talk about your mama relapsing, why would you bring her on a show that we know already have this stuff going on? Like, I did not. I was like, first of all, you were wrong. If it was that serious and your mom will be that hurt from somebody saying your mama, then why would you even bring her on that show and put her in that type of environment?
So do you think that Candice should have her husband on the show?
I'm talking about Mia and her mama.
Yeah. No. And the reason why I say that, because he's a weak ass husband. He is taking the punches. Exactly. He is taking the kicks. He is taking the kicks and the punches of him actually trying to be a credible husband.
Mia was making it sound like, oh, my mama might relapse from hearing Candice saying your mama. I was like, that was just a lot. Like, that was a lot. And I just feel like if your mother is that sensitive, you should have never tried to use her storyline on this show.
With her storyline, with her mother, her relationship with her mother is her backstory, though.
But if she's that concerned about her mom relapsing over somebody saying your mama, and you up here crying and doing all this, if my mama relapsed, then this is a different story. Like, no, don't bring your mama on the show, honey.
She wasn't crying.
Fame
she was crying.
And fortune is not worth that dime. Leave your mama out of it. Leave your mama out.
I think
protect your mama. Protect your mama, honey.
Okay. So we understand protect. Yes, protect her because, honey, when we talk about reality TV, we talk about people's real lives. However, as an adult, because I think we're losing that key word in this whole argument, this adult miniature woman, in the whole debate of it all, we're negating that this is a grown tail woman who is choosing to be trash.
But me and
then Ashley, because all Mia doing is touting the money, and for me, I'm just thinking to myself, okay, girl. Like most people would be like, okay, girl, but if you butthurt over it, it's because you suffer right now. If you are affected by her talking about money, she ain't talking about your mama. She not talking about how trash your mama is. She's not actually talking about what your mama said. She
called them broke bees.
But it's just words, right?
No, I'm saying it's the same thing. Yeah.
It's not
because her broke bee is the same thing as her saying your mama broke. It's the same thing.
No,
it's just words.
Wait, but how is it just words? That's a conundrum. That's what is it?
What I'm saying, if you call me a broke bee, then I could say your mama.
But not
like, come on.
We have a certain age.
So you feel like as an adult, if somebody says something about money, it is credible to then talk about their mother.
That ain't about money.
Hold on, Kevin, Johnny's. If somebody calls you a broke bitch, you think it is credible to then talk about their mother.
If I say your mama, because I'm really not talking about your mama because I'm not like really stating facts. Just like you don't know my bank account, so just like you don't know my bank account and you calling me broke.
So you agree?
If she know your mama.
So if she is talking about you, if somebody is talking about you, you feel like it's appropriate because it's not true about you to then talk about that person's mother as an adult. Kevin and Johnny.
Mama, I feel like it's
but you said she doesn't know her.
Mama. I don't know their mama to talk about.
Right. I agree. Kids and mamas and everybody like that needs to stay off limits because if she think about it, Johnny, if somebody would have came back and said your kids, your broke breastfeeding kids,
right.
You would have been looking like, what? You know what I mean? Like, what they got to do with that?
Yeah, my kids are broke. They don't have no job.
It's like, and then like whenever Mia brings up her money, we're all viewers of the show. Were we all impacted about the money she made?
No, we don't care.
I was applauding her. I was like, how the fuck she make all that money?
Because most people who are about their business, they most people be like, how you make that much money?
It was the fact that she had already. No, I don't think they were mad about that. It was like it was already a thing before she even said that. Is what I'm saying. I don't think they was mad about the money she made. I just think that it was already a thing before she even said it. Like it was already.
They nicely asked her. Let's just talk about something else. Don't you find it amusing that all of them were there with Mia, but none of them were out there swatting that little fly that was out of control?
They sure
that right
weren't.
there. That right
there.
there.
Was a fly?
Yes. I mean, I'm just saying.
The fly through 3 letters.
Why people don't say yo daddy? Does that not hurt people's feelings?
I mean, because all you got to say is yo mom, and I'm because I know for a fact. I'm just listening to y'all because Lord forbid if we ever have words with anybody out in public. I know without a shadow of a doubt, Kevin Jenkins is not gonna let nobody say anything about his mama. That's why I'm sitting up here thinking all of this is funny because Kevin will be bent out of shape. And when I say bent out of shape, I'm talking about bent out of shape. And you know, the friend that I would be bent out of shape right along with him. But you know, before I get bent out of shape, I would step back and look at Kevin like this. So what you going?
I'm with you on that, Erica. If these people are saying specific things about your mama, like your mama is this and your mama is that, and your mama did, like if it was something that they really knew about your mother, no. All
you got to say, no, because when you say that,
I get that energy. But if somebody just say your mama,
Yeah, that's when you qualify. That's when you qualify.
Your mama's low budget. She didn't say your mama. She said your mama's
that
low
was
budget.
she was just saying low budget because she was coming back with the fact that she said it was low
said that her
budget. She don't really know if her
Yeah,
mama low budget
she
or
talking.
not.
Guess what? And she's talking about a video. She's talking about a project.
Right.
She's not referencing her tired ass mama. She's referencing a project.
And let's be honest, was the video low budget or no?
Right.
I don't know.
We've addressed this.
Video.
Oh,
it depends how much it was.
No, it's all right. We all know.
Yeah, it was low budget.
Okay,
but I don't have no qualms with it.
I need to know how much it costs before I call low budget.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It was an ashy little video. When you got to get your homegirls, but you know that's being a homegirl is supporting and being there. Why are you begging,
But she
baby?
had dancers. She actually had real dancers that she paid to be in the video.
Yeah, I think that's
she
credible.
Just asked them to come out to be kind and nice.
Well,
yeah, okay.
It was
she needed a better situation.
It was cool that her friend, that her girls had the cars that could even stand in for the high budget cars, because my little Highlander would not. So good for her. But you know, it was just the whole. Again, you're talking about, but Mia was very. Did you get that? She even said, but even when I started my business, everything I had was low budget. So it was a little dig, but she's also talking about herself. She said, you know, I was
right, but it didn't come off that way when she was saying it like that in the tent. It didn't come off that way.
Yeah, well,
but I think you're having heartburn over the finances versus somebody mama getting talked about. I think that's what's tripping me up.
I just feel like all she said was your mama, and I don't feel like she talked about her mama enough to say that she was really talking about her mama. I just feel like
even the fact that she did talk about her, she doesn't know her.
Same thing. Like I just feel like
but she doesn't know her finances. So why would you get bent out of shape? Why would you feel like
I'm not been out of shape about the finances. I'm
talking about Candice. I'm talking about Candice. Well, it don't matter with Candice because we know that she just you know what, I'm gonna just say it. She a broke hoe. She ain't got it. That's why she mad.
She might feel more important. That video is like the most important thing to her. The way, same way.
No, I think it was trash. She a broke hoe. That's why she been out of shape. That is why she went in on her mama, because she don't make her own money. She don't have her own money. She wish she could have her own money, but because her mama been taking care of her whole life, she don't know how to make $1 out of 15 cents. So she got to get on a reality show, disrespect her white husband. Hold on, whoa. See, it's every time we dig in on Candice, it's everybody. Okay, but hold on. One thing about Mia is that she ain't gonna talk crazy in front of everybody about her husband. Now, I hope she choke him up at night. But see, there it is. See, we not talking. We can't settle in on the tragedy of it all. We cannot settle in on it because it's all of them versus they need to get Miss Thang a counselor.
My thing, Erica, this is how I feel about it. If you so rich, you got so much money or whatever, then why do you even need the show? Like, save your life, save your face, save your mama from relapsing, take your money and live your best life. Like, why are you on it?
But you know
why
what?
Are you on it? Because you need that bag, you want that bag, and
you know what? But you know what? She probably don't, because you know what this whole show was originally.
Ain't nobody doing all that for you.
I'm gonna tell you why she don't. Because Kevin is seconding your checks, but I'm gonna help you out. Let me help you out. Why did Real Housewives brand start in the first place?
How am I supposed to know?
Yeah, I don't
Kevin, no. I mean, because listen, Kevin, why do you think the Real Housewives?
Erica, educate us, please.
Kevin, why did the Real Housewives? Because Kevin knows these shows. Kevin, why did the Real Housewives brand start in the first place?
Out of their husbands, from their husbands.
Because they're what? They're what?
Their wives. Their wives.
Because they're rich. These were rich women.
They were not rich.
Yes, they were. Yeah, when Real Housewives.
Right with the original people.
Yeah, the original one. Yeah.
Okay.
Why was the brand?
These people not
Hold on. See, but wait a minute. When I asked the question, silence eclipsed the room. When Real Housewives of Atlanta started,
you were talking about Patani.
Right.
No. I'm trying to lead Kevin to water.
We getting to the roots.
We going to the roots.
Right.
Because Kevin be like, right. But I'm like, no, because I'm going to help him out. Because Kevin is not going to tell the truth. He's not telling the truth. So, Real Housewives of Atlanta.
From their husbands.
No, Real Housewives.
Women establishing a name for themselves because they were married to famous or successful men. Yeah.
When they first started, it was about rich men with women who, dare I say, they were starting to percolate and make a little money themselves too. So when we talk about the origin of the show, Mia is more credible than damn anybody on that show, and Robin is a second, but Karen is actually up there with her. They are the epitome of what Real Housewives is supposed to really be.
Right.
Candice is one of those,
but we know that definition has diluted over the years.
Hold on. She is the example of what the brand is actually about. So if we're gonna act like
was
her
originally about.
No, that's what the brand is actually
we don't know
about.
People's money. We don't know their money in their accounts. We don't know.
That's what the brand is originally about. So we can't sit up here and get mad that she touting about money, because that's what the show is actually about. So if you hit hard times in the real world, that is something you need to work on. We clearly understand, we have heartfelt emotions about it. But I just don't see why somebody is getting mad because she walking around kiki kaka, because everybody like Nene Leakes, and she was quick to tell people she was Trump rich.
But that was after she got the money. That was after she got that Trump money.
She was rich. She was rich.
Housewives.
She was
did not
rich.
have that energy.
She was rich. She was rich because of Greg Leakes. It was Greg Leakes.
But Greg Leakes didn't have that money she had after she got that Trump money.
He's still
He is the reason.
It doesn't matter about the amount of money. It still was rich.
Okay, so y'all gonna honestly sit here and say that Nene had that same energy when she started Housewives? She was
low level conceited. She was low level conceited, but she still had sass. She still had. That's why people love Nene so much, because it just got worse over time. But she started off as sass.
Oh shit, she taught.
And guess what?
It got worse as she started making money, but she always had it via Greg. Greg probably gave her allowances, but as she made more money than him, she got real nasty. She divorced him.
But that's
and remarried.
That's why they need the show. They trying to. These wives see, okay, they might have a little change or whatever, but if I'm on this show, I can get the big Trump change, and that's why they're on the show, because they want that money. They want to make that big money. Right now, they got that little money. They want to make that big money.
I think Mia's on the show for exposure. I don't think Mia needs the money.
I don't think so either.
Because
people know her name now.
People know her name. They know her businesses.
Yeah.
And so I don't think she needs the money.
But do you think she make her businesses look good? Professional
business? I don't think she's done anything.
I don't think she's done anything bad, because she hasn't fought her husband.
I won't go to her business to crack my back. I'm gonna go to somebody that's low key.
What has she done to make herself look bad?
First of all, people are not gonna want to go to somebody that's calling other people bees and all that stuff, and asking people mama about how much money they're paying it. Like, why would you go support somebody like that when you can go support somebody who doesn't do that?
But you're gonna support Candice's music?
No, I did not download her.
Wait a minute now.
I did not download her on my iPhone.
I mean, because the read is
It's the musicians are a little bit. It's the snow.
Yeah, Monique. Monique Rich and Mia Rich. You could look like two different levels to me. I'm just saying. It appears to be.
I mean that's on you. That's where your heart lies.
So y'all don't think Monique and Mia money are different?
They're different types of money.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
If anything,
about that comment, somebody put a comment in here about Monique and Mia.
They don't need the money. It's all about whatever they want to do.
I don't think Monique needed the money at all.
Neither of them do.
That's why her husband kindly told her, if they didn't kick off her show, I'm pretty sure her husband was not gonna let her come back on that show.
But that's
do
the
you
thing.
think that she's
Kinda
coming
like
back? Do you think that Monique will come back?
No, she don't. But think about what Tiffany just said. She needed exposure. Monique now has exposure. She has a podcast. She has her products. Same thing with what's the
Wendy?
face? Mia. Same thing with Wendy. Wendy doesn't need it either.
Right.
She already has multiple jobs. Her husband is an attorney. They don't need it. They want exposure. They want to branch out.
Yeah, to be able to make more money. To be able to make more money. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
I want to go back, but I don't think anybody would. I wouldn't think about the fact that Mia owns whatever. They're talking to Candice's mother when I want to go to chiropractor. I don't care about that. Fall for me. I'm like,
because we know Mia's not going to be serving us.
My back.
But that's not gonna make me want to go there either. I heard Mia talk about her business on Housewives. Let me go get my back cracked from her.
She's not cracking the back though.
She just runs the business. But I feel, but in the same vein, do you think people should support Candice for how she acts and treats her husband and support her music?
I just said no. How many times? I did not download.
But why do you think they shouldn't support Candice's music?
I don't care what they do. I said what.
See, so what I was asking Johnny's about it. See, the reason why the reason why I asked Johnny's because she read Mia for filth. I'm waiting for her to read Candice for filth for what she asked because we talk about. She said Mia said broke bees. I'm thinking to myself, Monique. Candice.
You asked what she did, but we already
why would you support Candice? Why should somebody
support?
Hold on. Why wouldn't you support Candice?
Right, give a justifiable reason.
I'm not interested in supporting her.
Not for what she said by calling people wide backs.
No, that didn't bother me. The wide back.
Let me answer that question.
Bothers you?
I didn't
say it bothered me. I'm saying other people. If you're asking them to come spend their money in your establishment, but you calling people broke, you see what I'm saying?
But what about big people that want to listen to Candice's music?
Why would I come spend money if you got all this money?
That's true. But what about big people that just had a baby who want to listen to Candice music?
Don't download it. Don't download it.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you
something. Let me tell you something about
music. I don't understand what I'm saying.
Let me tell you something about
if you got a product. If I'm over here acting like I got all this money, then why would I ask you to support me and spend your money in my establishment when I feel like I'm high and mighty and got all this money? Like that don't rub over on the public well. You see
and so do you think for those who recently had a baby, do you think the comments that Candice has made is okay?
People with 5 heads, big foreheads.
But listen, what does that have to do with her? For me, with the conversation with music, your music talent doesn't have anything to do with your character.
It's still a business.
It is a business, but if you have a good voice, you have a good voice. A primary example of that is I don't like K Michelle's character, but K Michelle still can sing.
So are you still listening to R. Kelly?
Ooh, child, stop.
And the answer is, are we not going to answer that?
Woo,
who listened to R. Kelly?
Woo,
I listen to R. Kelly.
I don't.
I'm ashamed to say it. I
listen to R. Kelly,
but I think I would listen to him.
I listen to R. Kelly, but my thing is the damage. I already bought the music. Like, and I mean, what do you want me to? It's not like I'm not buying it again.
R. Kelly, I turn the station. I think that helps when I know it really don't, but I just turn the station anyway.
To me, that's a difficult conversation because regardless of whether or not you want to support R. Kelly, R. Kelly he has injected his skill into the music industry. So if you want to not support R. Kelly, it's a lot of shit that you're gonna have to not listen to because R. Kelly is responsible for a lot of shit.
Exactly.
Right.
They just pull.
Candice is not an R. Kelly. So my point.
I don't think her voice. I don't think her voice. I don't feel like her voice is credible enough for her actions. That she showed her ass way too much this season.
She can sing like Whitney Houston. Her
then
actions
she can act
be
right. Right. It doesn't matter what her actions are. Her voice is her voice.
But then, let me flip it again. So if Mia never spoke about her money or called people broke bitches, then her chiropractor business would be better. Or more supported.
I'm just saying, when you do stuff like that, why would
that's the argument we're hearing right now?
So let me ask you this. Are you honestly saying that the public people might not take that in consideration? Like, well, if she always talking about her money, she got all this money, why would I go spend my money with somebody that?
No, because people.
Right.
People, it's a lot of people that's rich and we still buy their products and go to their restaurants.
But they're not like standing there and throwing it in, saying, "Oh well, I made this off my product and I did this off my product," and then like they're not having that attitude.
So you feel like she's being a braggart or boastful about what you think? Her success?
I think it's a perception.
No, I don't think it's her being successful. It's one thing to be successful, but you don't have to talk about money in order for people to know that you're successful. And I'm a problem. If you got it, then you don't have to talk about it, honey. Like if you really got that money, why do you have to say I got money? If you got money, people gonna know you got money. Rich people ain't out here talking about the money they making.
To some extent, I agree with you, but I still don't think people who gonna get that bad crack gonna remember or even know. They might even watch the show.
Right. No, I'm just talking about people who watch the show.
Yeah,
that's true.
They're in so much pain, they don't care who cracking their back.
Well, look, let me tell you.
What is the show actually doing for her?
Right.
If the people gonna go anyway?
Nothing. It's probably ruining her husband's chef business. Honestly, I mean, because that's still the other side of his household is him being a chef. And for me, I would hire him just off the fact that I feel bad that his wife is who she is. I'd be like, he'll extra $100.
We're gonna hire him. We was out with some couples this weekend, and we made a joke like, yeah, we probably can afford him. Like, you know. So I agree with you. That probably do make him look a little bad. He ain't gonna be able to charge them top dollars after being on this show.
No, because of who he got in the house. Anybody want to deal with that?
At least his name is out there.
Yeah.
Yep. They know they'll hire him just so they can try to speak some sense into him when they come visit. Be like, baby, you ain't gotta stay for that. You get you a new Nubian queen. She ain't it, boo.
And look, and when you say Chris is the chef at wherever, it's gonna have the tagline "Husband of Candice from Real Housewives of Potomac." It's gonna have all that on the invite. So
he's not a standalone.
In it for the fame and fortune, and they're willing to risk whatever they need to risk to get whatever they want out of this show. Because I mean, we see it in each show. People get to arguing, people get to fighting, marriages ended. Each show is that way. Name one show where that has not happened on The Housewives or any reality TV show.
Right.
So it's like you already know what you risking. You taking a gamble when you sign up for it.
Yeah, it's just at the same time, even with those gambles, you do have choices. You still have choices. Like there are choices. There are choices. You could still be on the show. What's her name? What's her name? Who just said she's not gonna do Atlanta no more? Cynthia. Cynthia. She done went through multiple marriages. She went through it all, and not once did she have to show her tail just to get another dollar.
She kicked her foot through. She kicked her foot through Portia's stomach.
Because Portia was attacking her, and this is exactly what. But that's what Mia needs to do to Candice today. But she was up on her. See, I'm sorry. I'm one of them women. If you come too close to me, it's triggers. It's reflexes that come into play. I applaud these women. They have allowed this woman to swing her finger in their face and they hold it together. I applaud these women because that whole show would have got shut down.
But she's not the only one that do it either. She's not the only one that put the finger.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Anytime I say what she does, Johnny says, "Well, she ain't the only one that did. She ain't the only one that did."
That's why she's probably not getting beat up
because when she went like this to Mia, and she said, "You're not gonna put your finger in my face." She said, "Yes, I am," and that's what I was like. There you go, Mia. Right. Now, next time she do it. You just double pop. Yeah, she's supposed to do the kitty cat. Pop, pop. That's what she's supposed to do. Because if somebody say you ain't gonna put your finger in my face, it'd have been a stomp down. Okay, it'd have been WWE up in there, whooping woman's ass all up in there. It would have just been. It would have been on and popping, okay?
But Erica, because you honestly say you will put yourself in those type of situations. Though.
Let me tell you, I was in that situation. And Kevin was there. And it took everything in my whole being not to throw her ass down the street. In my face. Wait, hold up. No, I got another one for you. Right. Tiffany, I be just triggered every time she situation. You don't have to. You don't know that you about to.
These housewives are putting themselves.
But here's the thing. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because people feel like they can do that to you, TV or not. What this proves is it doesn't even matter. And actually, Johnny's, you were there for one of the situations where a little person got in my face too. Me and her, we cool now, but we was definitely. You was there for one of them too, and I'm just like, where do these women feel like they can get up in your face? What is wrong with it? That's why I'm triggered.
They're intimidated by you, Erica. Like Mia's probably 6'2", size 12 shoe. They're intimidated.
She's not.
And they always try to, and this is why I have a feeling.
A short woman complex.
Mm-hmm. That's why I have a feeling because they feel like it's credible to get in your face. So that's where I'm like, wait, it's like I can't have that happen anymore. The only reason I didn't choke these girls out was because they was my friends. But in the moment, they were not my friends, but they felt credible enough to get in my face. They could never do that again, like ever. Like I'm afraid for myself.
Once you cool down, you probably had a conversation with them.
And then once I do have the moments, I can talk to you and we can kumbaya. Because the one situation where Kevin was at, the reason I couldn't get over it is because I let her get away with it. That's why I couldn't get over it. So that's why when y'all be like, well, you did it. No, it ain't. And I don't know. No, people put their hand in your face and do all and taunt you. What they're doing is taunting you because they know they feel
calling you a bluff.
Yes. And they think you're not going to do it because you're such a nice person. They think, and I'm just like, I'm not that person no more. So I couldn't be on Housewives of Potomac. I be the total production from the giddy up. I can't be on this show.
No,
they're gonna sign you up like they signed Portia for anger management.
Cares about their self-respect probably should not sign up for these shows.
Sharita, no baby, I can't be on this show because I'm gonna be like that. You see that? You see that girl right there? If she thinks she getting up in my face, this whole show over before it gets started.
Right? Yeah.
Because that's what's happening. Like Giselle and them, I think Giselle, she knows. Let me do enough to make you mad, but I'm not gonna get in your face because you're gonna kill me.
That's the art form of the show, though. I feel like for the Real Housewives franchise, the art form of the show is giving you these moments that build up to that, and then eventually somebody breaks. And somebody does fight. All of the series, probably with the exception of maybe the OC and New York, have had moments where people have gone off script and people have, gotten physical.
Those people up there fight too.
Oh yeah,
New York, Yeah, New York's had fights.
Yeah. Now I don't think maybe Salt Lake City. Maybe they have. I don't watch Salt Lake City.
Well, they knew. They knew.
But my
give them a
thing is,
minute.
why not de-escalate it before it happens? You see,
Because
all
we
want to
see it. Because we want. Because people like Erica in particular are living for the month because they want it. Because they know that they want to do
But my
it.
thing is, instead of allowing it to happen, let the people that's on the show that's causing the problem, put them in timeout for a minute.
No, sometimes I need to see it. It's like look, let me tell you why. It's like when I was a youth and my younger sibling, my baby sister would cut up all damn month. And me and my brother would be like, you see this shit right here? Like, she is begging for a beating. She's begging for it. The satisfaction would come. Now, every time I got a beating or every time my brother got a beating, we would be sympathetic for the other persons. But because my sister's beatings was so few and far between, every time that she got one, we rejoiced. We was like, that damn time she got the beating. She been begging for it. So it's that same energy with these housewives shows. They want to build you up for the moment when, the showrunners want for things to get out of hand, so that they can have that moment on television. Because we talking about it now. We talked about it last season with Monique, even though I felt like it was unwarranted at that point.
Child, please, she deserved it. She deserved that little tug. She didn't even get off on her like she needed to.
Listen, if that
Tiffany,
had not happened,
you're not lying.
Listen, if that had not happened, and Monique was still there, or let's say Monique is not there because she doesn't need the money, right? And Mia is there. How do you think the dynamics of this season would have changed?
It would be Mia and Monique on Candice's ass.
And that's what they needed.
So that's what would happen. You already got the green.
I don't think Mia and Monique would have rocked with each other.
Yes, they would have.
Yeah.
Merely over time, because now Wendy and Mia are cool. I mean, look at that dynamics. The people, once Wendy got over herself,
cool. I think she's just being sympathetic to Mia.
I feel like
cool.
Wendy was put in a position where she had to see what she needed to see about these women. Like, give it time. Her and Candice they ain't gonna be right. Just
and
give
I think
it.
She's
just
being
give
a
it
good
time.
hostess too. I think she's being a good hostess. So I think that's another thing with her and Mia.
So to close out the night, let's answer Maurice's question. So Tiffany, which show would you be a part of if you had the opportunity?
Oh my God, none. I'm a voyeur, so I'm not looking in so I can judge. But can I say something real quick? Hold up, before we ask the question, can I just end with a laugh though? Because why did I laugh when Karen didn't know what tossing salad was?
That bitch, she knew. She knew, just like she knew what teabagging was. Karen be knowing. She knew. She was playing stupid.
No, when she said, "I am the ambassador of
Surrey County,"
and he's sticking his tongue out at me, I was just like, "What?"
Now that was hilarious because you can't tell her she ain't the queen.
Okay.
But no, I couldn't be on the show because I'm a voyeur, so I can't be out there like that. I got nope.
Okay, well, you on a show tonight, so we're gonna say you at least made it to Black Bougie Broads featuring Karen.
Right.
Yeah.
We enjoyed you, Tiffany.
And I enjoy y'all too. So
yes.
Thank you for the invite. Thank you.
No problem. All right, Kev, what show would you be on?
You already know, Love and Hip Hop. It needs, because I already feel like I live in Love and Hip Hop Greensboro anyway. That's why they call me Mona Scott Kev. So yeah, Love and Hip Hop.
Okay. Janice?
Wheel of Fortune.
Okay. And prayerfully you hit all the
honey.
You
Wheel of Fortune,
get all
Jeopardy, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Okay. Brandon?
Well, I'm gonna have to give it to the Oprah Winfrey Show.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay.
This shit is not on anymore. What you mean?
No, she's not. But I would have loved to have been.
She
okay.
just for Brandon.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yes.
Or be on one of her little specials on the OWN network where
Okay.
she's talking about Black people building up the community and all of that. I mean, hell, we could be on there right now. We building community right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be a whole platform for us. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How about you, Erica?
I could have been on 106 in Park. I could have totally hosted that.
Yes.
I would have been.
Honey.
How you steal that from me?
You see, they brought Rap City back. They might bring 106 in Park back.
Yeah, I would have totally did 106 in Park so I can, talk to all the celebrities. I mean, it was a perfect job to be in the know. Terrence J blew all the way up because of 106 in Park. So I would have loved the opportunity to be on that show.
What was that show on MTV? It was kind of like everybody in the house together. I would have loved to be on that.
Big Brother.
Oh
no,
that Big Brother, Real World.
Yes, I've always wanted to be on the Real World.
Yeah, Real World Las Vegas.
That came out on BET. What was the black version?
It was College Hill. Yes.
College Hill.
Yeah.
They cut that. They cut College Hill because they said, you know what? You blacks is not going to embarrass us on these networks, okay? You are not gonna, you're not gonna embarrass us.
Or something like Making the Band, where I don't have to have you don't have to have all your business out there, but just enough that you good.
That was I should have said that. Making the Band.
What man?
Oh,
okay. That was so
I should have said
too.
that
when they had to go get that cheesecake.
Yeah, I should have.
I'd have been like, get out of here.
I should have said that, but that was it.
Yeah, okay. I don't think I could have went and got a cheesecake though.
No, I wouldn't have did it because that cheesecake ain't good. That cheesecake
at
ain't
all.
that good.
I done had it a million times.
Yeah, it ain't right. But we thank y'all for holding on and hanging with us for 2 whole entire hours. I need to promote Kev's story time, which is on the podcast platforms right now, where him and his friend feel like they were drugged at a party.
It was just me. It was just me.
Was R. Kelly there?
No. No, R. Kelly wasn't there.
That's Bill Cosby.
That's Bill Cosby. You talking about Bill Cosby.
So Kevin is very much convinced that he was
we know. We all know.
He was drugged.
Yeah, it has been confirmed.
But did we say on the show what was the sedative that put you down for the count?
No, it's a specific drink. I explained it.
Yes.
The name of the episode is called Flaming Dr. Pepper. Google Flaming Dr. Pepper. You'll see what it's about.
Once you put all those ingredients together that your friend, I think she described the drink. So are you saying once you put all that stuff together, it becomes a toxic drink? No.
What happened was if you listen to the actual episode, the ratio was off. So it's a correct way to make it, and it was not made the correct way for me. So
so it was alcohol poisoning.
It was really bad. And it's bad, audience, it's bad because I only had half a drink.
Oh.
I only had half a drink. Me and another individual share a drink, and we both was really bad. We both was it was
out for the count.
Okay, come here. You want to come up? You want to say hey to everybody? Okay, he acting crazy. It's time to go. Tucker's over here losing his mind. But y'all have a great night. Check out story time. Maybe Johnny's, we could get a story time for you going next week. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know what I want to talk about. I gotta think.
All right, and if you have a story time and you are a faithful listener of the show, we'll go ahead and set you up and see what you got going on. Brandon, we gotta talk to you about a good story time that you may have. I know me and Kev and I have one, but it includes people. It just includes people that are no longer on the show. So it's going to be very difficult to tell the story.
Superpowers.
Look, and and Tiffany, are you not triggered by this? Are you not affected by this?
Right? I was like, girl, okay.
What does it mean?
I am affected. She is not in our sorority.
It means. Oh wait, is that a sorority sign? Because
give us what does it mean?
Power Rangers have been doing it a long time.
It is the mirror. It is the mirror that is using, aka.
Yes.
And she keeps.
Is it really?
And she.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Oh wow.
And we I just keep watching it like.
Well, the Rangers have been doing it for years, so like I don't understand what the issue is.
We've been around longer than Power Rangers.
but they've been doing it. They've been doing it and saving the world. They've been saving the earth.
No, we saved the whole race.
Well, maybe we'll stick to this.
Kevin, you better not, Kevin. You don't want that smoke.
And but we'll do the little shade drop once we get off the record. No, I was still stank about it 2 episodes back when she was just and I was like, just stop.
Why is she not a sorority girl?
Let's just end it here. Let's just end it right here. I am offended.
I don't know. I'm asking because I don't know.
No, she's not. We'll talk about it when we push the end. No, she's not.
I thought she was a Delta.
No, her mother is.
Okay.
Robin's a Delta and Giselle.
And Robin. But
Candice's
mother is a Delta.
Well, why? Hey, y'all, why Giselle didn't check her? She was standing right there when she was doing it.
Yeah. You said let us push the Delta. Her mother was in, which means she automatically get in. She's a legacy.
Listen, no she's not. And let me push the end button so we can talk about it because that's not how it works for our ladies in Delta Sigma Theta. They will be they probably would jump in these comments and go crazy. Let me push the end button. But y'all have a great night. Go check us out on the platforms.
Deuces.
Peace. Bye, child. Let me hit this end button real fast.